Hello, welcome to another video. I'm here with Maria in my hometown of Eskilstuna in Sweden. Here is this hotel that we stayed in. We came from the west coast of Sweden recently. Here we go out of the hotel. Yeah, we spent some time at the west coast of Sweden, but we ended up leaving kind of early because we got a bit tired of driving around. We have done that a lot in the past, so we came back here to relax. We've been in this hotel for a day, 2 days maybe. And we also still have a rental car that we got before we even started this trip. So first we will be looking at how people lived here in Sweden a couple of hundred years ago. There's an old place that has been preserved called Smedjorna, and it's walking distance from here down the street. And this elevator looks a bit old actually.
It does. It's interesting with the door.
You can get stuck.
That's like so scary. Oh. That's so scary.
The reception, also the breakfast earlier was nice actually. We were in the downtown area of the city where I grew up and had just had some really nice breakfast. Here is a candy store that I used to come to when I was a kid. Godisland, it means Candyland.
Oh my gosh.
You can go and pick as much candy as you want. What?
I thought it said God Island.
God Island. Godisland, it means Candy Island. No, Candy Land. Pick it from these boxes here. When I grew up here, a lot of these buildings were not here. Like, this town looks so different. Like, this building was not here, that building was not here. In 1671 there were about 180 people that lived here and also worked as blacksmiths. They were making knives, locks, gun barrels and all kinds of stuff that then the rest of Sweden could use. In this part of the town there are a lot of red houses, very typical for Sweden. Hej hej. Kan man gå in här?
Det kan man absolut göra. Varmt välkommen.
Tack. This is where all the blacksmiths of Eskilstuna lived and worked. Here you can see all the tools they manufactured and sold. So this is more what I remember from here. Really old houses and some hammers and knives, as you can see here.
Var snäll och rör inte föremålen.
Filma lite om det är okej. Here you can also see what type of clothing the people of Sweden were wearing back in the day.
Var kommer ni ifrån?
Herrljunga. Det är långt ut.
Ja, jag tänkte precis det. En bit att åka.
In my hometown there's also a university, Mälardalens universitet. And in 2008 I went to one lecture here and then I quit and I went to Texas instead, and that's where I met Maria.
Yeah.
And then I had many lectures at Texas State University instead. The city of Eskilstuna got its name from a saint named Eskil who lived in the town during the early year of 1000. He was stoned to death by Vikings for trying to impose Christianity on them. Here is Klosterkyrka. It's a church from the 1600s, I think, also, or maybe even earlier. An interesting thing is that you can go wakeboarding here in the river during the summertime on the other side of this bridge here. We walked a bit further and I have a bee on my glasses, and coming into the downtown area of this city. Well, I have to eat something to be able to speak a bit better, I think. Here is the central area of the town and some restaurants on each side. Now we have the city hall. Right in front of me is the city hall. this city has about 110,000 people now. When I grew up here, there were 90,000 people. So it's growing at a quick rate because it's quite close to Stockholm, the capital of Sweden. Just about a 1-hour train ride to Stockholm. Now we have to just take the rental car and drive to look at these scriptures in stones from the Viking age of Sweden. Here is the rental car that we had to go on a road trip. Here we go. It was a bit hard to get up here, and because it's like on top of the building.
Yeah, and it's like really tight, like somebody could be coming.
Are you excited for the Viking rocks?
Yeah, I mean, I am excited. I liked the first ones that you showed me when we rode the bikes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like a long time ago. Halfway to this place now. Sundbyholm. So we stopped here now at Sigurdsristningen. It's a big little hill here with rocks and carvings from the Vikings, and as I learned, I think this area used to be all underwater, and they had their Viking ships here in kind of like a harbor, and then they would take the ships and go and trade with other Vikings, I think, out to all the different islands. There's a big lake here also, and that lake sort of goes out to the Baltic Sea, goes out all the way to the Stockholm and the Stockholm archipelago. Here it is, the carvings. These scriptures are more than 1,000 years old and from the Viking age of Sweden. During the year 700 to about 1100, Vikings of Sweden raided towns and villages all around the northwest and west part of Europe. It's believed that they also made it to North America. Here we can see a horse, look. A horse and a snake. It's a snake with writings inside the snake. It says here on the sign that the water used to be up to here, and there was a huge bridge here. You can see some of the remains of the bridge, and possibly boats, Viking boats. Here we go again. We stopped again here at a little marina with all the boats, Sundbyholm. There are so many birds here, must be like 200 birds. This place was quite peaceful now, but about 1,000 years ago it was full of Vikings leaving and coming back on their boats after plundering other villages in Scandinavia. There was an open route out to the Baltic Sea and all the way out to the Atlantic Ocean. The next day we were heading to the forest to go for a run. We're going running now. We actually just ran a mile here in a trail, and now we're going for another loop. The trees are really tall here. They're really tall trees here in Sweden, really green. Here starts the incline again. I'm going swimming after. Maria, I don't think she's gonna swim. But maybe this coming week we will convince her to swim in the lakes here. And we're taking a little detour now to go up to a viewpoint. Now we're here at the viewpoint. You can see where we're going swimming after this. Now we're here at the top. We only have a bit further to go now, since we took the detour. We have maybe half a mile left now. One thing about Sweden also is that there's a law called every man's law, and that means that you can take a tent, put up a tent anywhere you want, because the land, this law states that the land of Sweden belongs to everybody. So you can literally put up a tent anywhere you want in all of Sweden and not get in trouble from people or like police. So that's really good. You see, everything is quite preserved here. Bunch of trails and tall trees. Quite nice to go running, and fresh air. When I came back to Sweden, I had these breathing problems from when I was in Mexico. After a week here in Sweden, my breathing problems were almost back to normal. How are you, Boober?
I'm okay. The hills really got me though.
Yeah. Now there's only downhill.
Okay.
This used to be an old silver mine right here, where they would get silver from, like a huge mine underground there.
Oh, Boober.
Well, this will be the end of the video, so I'm gonna end the video and then we're going back to the hotel. But thanks for watching this video. If you liked the video, thumbs up for the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. So see you in the next video. There might be another video with Maria. She might go home or she might stay in Sweden, who knows? Where is Maria going? Where am I going? Oh.
Have you soon.
Bye bye. Here you can also see some other shots of the town that I took later in the night.